last time, and I cut it out, is a video how I've been going into the Legends of the Dark Knight run from its inception in the 1990, I think it was. And I followed the first four. I think we did the four arcs, which are collected as graphic novels. The next two are, which I have here, pulling them out of the bag and board, are 3-issue arcs, two 3-issue arcs that aren't collected as graphic novels. So it was, I think, check my light here to make sure I got part one right. Yeah, Mike W. Barr, the artist is Bart Sears, did a 3-part series called Faith, Batman Faith, and it's a pretty cool series. You know, it deals with, you know, again, the Legend of the Dark Knight is a young Batman. Sometimes year 1, sometimes year 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, but, you know, youngish Batman. And they usually deal with just Batman. They're not the greater DC universe. I mean, it's still a Batman who exists in the greater DC universe, but these stories usually just focus on him. And we've got, in some ways, what could be called like the beginnings of the Batmen that you see in, you know, Frank Miller's Psycho Dark Knight Returns, you know, the thugs on the street who wear bat masks on their face and try to, you know, all that kind of nonsense. But here's an example, a story of it, in which this thug is saved by Batman, inspired by him, and so forth, and starts this gang of Batmen who go out and, you know, try to clean up the streets themselves and do Batman's work. And at first, he's, you know, kind of good. That's great. That's what I'm trying to inspire. But they end up, of course, being way too brutal. They end up trying to kill and so forth. And it's a great story. It's actually a really great story. It's got a great ending to it, a really great ending to it. I won't spoil it though. The one thing I'll say though is I don't like the art. I kind of hate the art, honestly. There's the cover for it. I hate it. It's not that I can't roll with it now and then. I know there are a lot of costumes out there that do this, but I hate a Batman costume with tiny little ears. That makes the cowl just a helmet. It's not a helmet. It's supposed to be a cowl. He's supposed to look like a freaking bat. Give him some ears. Stop with his tiny little nubs. You know, it's like, just don't even put him on there at all. Then just give him a helmet. You know. So I hate that. But in the arts, you know, it's skilled art. It's not. I'm not saying it's subpar. I'm just talking about my personal taste. I do not like art like this, where it's so stylized and so, you know, Batman looks like a Frank Miller Batman. He looks like a angry old dumpy old man. You know, when the muscles are so rippled that you look deformed. Come on, back it off a little bit. You know, but that's just me. The story though, it's really good. It's definitely iconic Batman. It's called Batman Faith. What issues are they? It's let me look at the light here. Batman 23, 22, and 21. I'm sorry, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 21, 22, and 23 from the early 90s. That's and it's pretty solid. Like I said, story-wise, it's really fun. So recommend that meets the iconic Batman meter for me. And the next one I read was the other 3-part issue, which is, I think, even better. I really like this even better in a lot of ways. It's called Batman Flyer, and it's by Howard Chaykin. And Gil Kane does the art, so you know it's good. Art and everything is really good. And again, it's a young Batman. And one of the themes of this is that, you know, Batman's having fun being Batman. And he meets this guy in this suit, this flying suit, who's coming after him. He finds out, you know, through some reasons and issues, whatever, that this guy is the son of a Nazi scientist who came over, or I guess the grandson of a Nazi scientist, but his daughter did a lot of this stuff and whatever. And it ties into Batman Year One, the graphic novel. If you remember the scene when the SWAT team has Batman cornered in the abandoned building, and he has to call in the bats to, you know, put the signal out and call in the bats to swarm and give him a cover to escape. You know, it ties into that. I won't give all the ways it does. I want to say more about it, but I don't want to ruin it for you. But there's a really cool themes here, especially between this guy's mother, this sick Nazi scientist mother who like came over to America to work for the government, you know. Really cool themes and like a really cool, weird, twisted story with her. But it in the end, Batman learns to take being Batman, because Batman's a balance, right? He's driven and he's dedicated, he's devoted, he's constant self-disciplined. So there's a lot of work to being Batman, obviously. But there's got to be some fun to being Batman too, right? I mean, we know he doesn't do it just because it's fun. He's not, Spider-Man. Not that that's the only reason Spider-Man does it, but you don't expect to see Batman giggling out there, swinging around. He's not supposed to be smiling all the time, but there's some level of fun to it. And this deals with getting into the balance of, no, I need to take this seriously. It is kind of fun. It's my calling, but I need to take this seriously, but otherwise people get hurt and so forth. It's just, it's a cool exploration of that. So Batman Flyer by Howard Chaykin and Bill Kane, really good, really good. The 3 covers there are beautiful. Art's wonderful. Really good stuff. So recommend that too. A 3-part arc. That's done. Next up, I haven't read it yet. It's coming to me in the mail, which I'm really excited about because it's another 3-part series, I think, called Faces. It has to do with Two-Face, but it's by Matt Wagner. So I'm psyched about that. There's also a 3-issue, I'll be reviewing this probably next week, a 3-issue crossover event that was in Batman, Detective Comics, and Batman Legend of the Dark Knight, which was called Destroyer, which featured Anton Furst, designs and art by Anton Furst. So I'm looking forward to reading that as well. And I'll keep going through this line for a while. I mean, I won't cover the whole thing to the very end, but I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying this era of Batman stories. I'm enjoying a lot of them are really better. They're more good stories than there are subpar ones, So I'm enjoying that. So definitely wanted to just pitch those out there in that review.